KTV in Bakersfield. This is Eyewitness News at noon.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Hannah Batam.
And I'm Tom Murphy. The Trump administration sent top White House officials to Capitol Hill in efforts to convince House lawmakers to find common ground on healthcare legislation.
Meg Oliver has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Vice President Mike Pence is leading the lobbying effort on Capitol Hill for the latest healthcare bill to replace Obamacare. President Trump says the newest version will protect patients with pre-existing conditions and satisfy his supporters.
They're going to get the greatest. These are the greatest people. We're either going to have a great plan or I'm not signing it.
The White House is pushing for a House vote this week, but it is still unclear if there is enough support to pass it. An unofficial CBS News whip count finds if they were to hold the vote today, it would most likely fail. Republican leaders can only lose 22 of their own members. 20 have already confirmed to CBS News that they are against the current version of the health care bill, and more are still undecided.
So I think we're just a handful away.
What have you told members who are still on the fence?
I've got a role here. Well, I've tried to help them understand how this bill balances two critical things: bringing costs down and taking care of the most vulnerable people. To attract support from conservatives, the latest bill gives states the option to let insurers charge sick people more. But that change alienated moderates, and it still appears there is work to be done before Republicans find enough common ground to replace Obamacare. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, the weather story of the week, hot temperatures, and yes, we're even warmer than where we were yesterday. 5 degrees warmer here in Bakersfield, a little bit warmer over the Grapevine, and those temperatures right now in the mid 80s here in Bakersfield. But by this afternoon, you'll look at temperatures into about the low 90s, even warm around the 7 o'clock hour tonight. So if you are planning on doing a little bit of an evening jog, make sure to bring a water bottle with you because those temperatures will be into about the low 90s. We're looking at upper 70s around 10 o'clock tonight. Mountains will be in the mid 70s around the 3 o'clock hour today, and then we'll finally drop to the low 60s around 10 o'clock this evening. For the Kern Valley, looking at mid 80s for this afternoon, dropping the 70s around 7 o'clock tonight, and then finally 60s around 10 o'clock this evening. We'll have more on our full forecast in a couple of minutes here, but for now, Hannah, back to you.
Katya, thank you. The search continues for a missing Bakersfield teen, and now police are asking for help finding her. Here's a look at her picture. 17-year-old Marlena Perez was last seen Saturday walking on South Rail Road between Acres and Weibel. Now, police say she's around 5'1" and weighs about 125 pounds. Marlena is considered at risk due to a medical condition that she has. If you think you've seen her, please call Bakersfield Police. And they're also on the lookout for this man on your screen. His name is Ryan Blackwell, and he was also last seen Saturday afternoon. He was walking along Lenox Avenue in West Bakersfield. Police tell Eyewitness News Ryan is considered at risk as well because of medical conditions. If you know where to find him, again, call Bakersfield Police.
A man is in the hospital after he was shot in the head while walking down the street. It happened last night near the fairgrounds in South Bakersfield. The sheriff's office says the man was hit while walking down Sunshine Avenue near Ming. He's in critical condition. No word yet on any suspects. We'll continue to bring you more on this. If you know anything, call BPD 327-7111.
Police are still looking for the driver who killed a man in a hit and run in Southwest Bakersfield. This all happened Sunday night just before 10 on Fairview Road between Monitor and South Union. Police tell Eyewitness News 65-year-old Salvador Rivero was walking outside of the crosswalk at the time he was hit by a pickup truck. The suspect drove off in what police call a dark-colored GMC or Chevy pickup. If you have any information, call BPD. And a sad ending in the search for a missing man who got lost in the Kern River last month. On Saturday, a search and rescue team found the body of 6-year-old Lawrence Holguin. He disappeared in the river on April 15th after falling out of his kayak near Hart Park. Officials tell us his body was found in the river near Shadow Hills Drive. Holguin was not wearing a life jacket.
A local citizens group is working to make your drive on Highway 178 through the canyon a little bit safer. Monday, fellow travelers of 178 got an update on the results of their efforts. They want to establish a balance between visitors and locals who drive at slower speeds. Caltrans now says they'll identify the best turnouts and put up new signs for slower drivers.
If they don't use the turnouts, then all of the vehicles behind them that would be traveling at a regular rate of speed are extremely inconvenienced, and sometimes that can lead to road rage and other issues.
Caltrans says 24,000 vehicles a week use the 14-mile stretch of Highway 178, and it averages 1 accident a week.
Well, Kern County is getting together all to give back.
Today is Give Big Kern. It's a 24-hour crowdfunding campaign, and it launched at midnight. Local dignitaries are trying to rack up volunteer hours and money for nonprofits. Now, it is live. It goes until midnight. Basically, what you do is you go to givebigkern.org. So far already, $75,000 has been raised by 697 donors and 87 organizations, and it's just been an incredible outpouring.
I get so excited when I see so many different nonprofits coming together at one time, in one place, working collaboratively, asking the community for support.
So again, if you want to give, head to www.givebackcurrent.org. Again, right now we're at $75,475. Let's see what the Eyewitness News at Noon viewers have to contribute and chip in to such a great cause.
So let us know. We're going to take a break. When we get back,
coming up, a fire to our south, how it halted traffic on Monday and how it's a sign of wildfire season.
plus massive deadly storms trigger a state of emergency in the Midwest. We'll show you some of the powerful video as well as what the governors of one of the states hit hardest has to say.
And our very first 100-degree day for 2017 is on the way. And then we have a cool down in store for the weekend. We'll talk more about that after the short break.
Well, today the fashion world is sorting through the best and worst of its biggest show of the year.
The Met Gala drew stars from all corners of the art world last night, including one rapper who's big on big.
Who are you wearing?
Versace, 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 Versace.
It's the most important night on the nation's fashion world's calendar. The benefit for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute, known to most as the Met Gala. And this year, for only the second time in its history, the honoree was a living designer. That is Rei Kawakubo of Japan, and he's the founder of the Comme des Garçons label.
She's a genius. Not only thinks outside the box, she doesn't even acknowledge the box.
Now, NFL star Tom Brady and his wife, model Gisele Bündchen, were the event's official hosts, along with singers Katy Perry and Pharrell. Madonna was there in military style. Jennifer Lopez expressed herself in Valentino, along with her new boo, former Yankee and University of Miami great Alex Rodriguez. But the outfit of the night, bad gal Riri. Rihanna, the singer, stole the show in a gown that resembled a flower in bloom.
You know, I'm not usually one to say it matters what people wear, but this is the night where people intentionally wear things that are outrageous because they want that attention. So you give the winning award to Rihanna?
I give it to Rihanna. That's the theme, is that designer, in it's like outlandish, outrageous stuff like that. So you kind of have to go outside the box, and Rihanna was the one that did it, and she looked the best doing it.
Rihanna looks good anyway, though, doesn't she?
Does. Hi, Rihanna.
It's hard for her to lose.
Katya Hall, it would be hot if you were in that, though.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that?
I think we can agree on that. I could not be wearing something like that out here.
Yeah, she was all covered up, huh? The whole outfit. Yeah, not a good outfit to wear, not even over the next 4 to 5 days ahead, because we are going to see the heat. What you need to be wearing is shorts, t-shirts, especially light colored clothing to reflect back that light instead of dark colored like I'm wearing today. Not a good idea. That absorbs that sunlight. 86 degrees currently here in Bakersfield as we look at Breckenridge, 67 there with 75 out in Tehachapi. Your forecasted high temperature for this afternoon in the mid to low 90s for today in the South Valley. Your AQI is going to get worse day by day. In fact, in the next couple of days here is already AQI is in the moderate range for this afternoon. A UV index is very high, so make sure you're wearing tons of sunscreen, slathering that on, because yes, that sunshine will continue to be shining throughout the day. Mid 80s in the Kern Valley with upper 70s out in our mountains. So here's what it looks like on our satellite and radar. You don't see really nothing going on, and that's likely going to be the way it's going to look over the next couple of days here because we've got this ridge of high pressure. It's keeping everything off to the north of us, and it's going to move its way in over the next couple of days, and that is going to crank up the heat. How hot are we expected to get? Well, if you didn't hear from Aaron Perlman earlier or Miles from last night, yes, we are expected to hit the triple-digit heats come Thursday of this week. So we have a couple of days to prepare. If you haven't already, take out those summer boxes because it is going to be wicked hot as we make our way into the next couple of days. But we do have some relief on the way. An area of low pressure is going to kind of sweep on down. By Friday, we're talking about those winds picking up. This is going to kind of break off from the center of low pressure. It's going to become a cutoff low. And look what happens. It kind of just meanders here over the next couple of days and making our way into the middle of next week. So as this area of low pressure just hangs around with us, we're going to keep a chance for some rain in the forecast all the way until the middle portion of next week. So how much rain are we talking about here? Well, here's our GFS model run. And then earlier today, it was going, yep, on par. Okay, it is at about 1 and almost a half an inch of rain with this particular model. So we could see quite a bit of rain as we make our way through next week as that area of low pressure just hangs around with us. So big changes in the forecast. We're going to see that heat. We're going to go up the ladder and then we're going to drop right back down as that area of low pressure moves through our area. So 94 for this afternoon, looking at 97 for your Wednesday. Triple digit heat by Thursday of this week. This will be the first 100-degree day we have seen for 2017. I know a lot of people saying this is just a little bit too early. What do you have to say? Let us know on Facebook, Twitter. We want to know about it. Temperatures dropping though for this weekend into the 70s. So yes, a break from the heat. And then we also have a chance for some rain going Saturday night going into Sunday, as well into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Because remember, that area of low pressure is just going to hang around with us. It doesn't want to go anywhere. As we make our way into our mountains, upper 70s for this afternoon, mid 80s by your Wednesday. We've got 87 by Thursday, so warmest day out of the next 7. Pretty much the warmest day we've seen so far for this year. Then we'll drop into the 60s for the weekend. We have a chance for some rain as we make our way into Sunday, into Monday as well. Here's what it looks like for the Kern Valley for you this afternoon. 87 degrees, 90s by Wednesday, and by Thursday, 89 degrees. We've got that chance for some rain in the forecast as we make our way through Saturday night, Sunday. And like I had mentioned before, it's likely to continue all the way until the middle of next week because this area of low pressure is going to wobble around, but it's not going to track east until Thursday of next week.
A wobble.
Little wobbler. Doesn't want to move.
We're really starting to see those wildfire season temps kind of come into play, which is going to make it hard this time of year.
Yeah, the heat, the dry conditions, definitely not good. Also with those winds picking up on Friday, not good. So we always talk about fire danger, and this is the season. We're coming to it.
Okay, thank you so much, Katya. Speaking of wildfires, California firefighters had to battle a fire to our south this morning. The fire erupted near a freeway in Diamond Bar, and the brush fire burned alongside the 57 freeway. Take a look. It halted traffic as crews worked to knock it down. At this time, it's unknown exactly how big that fire burned. We'll keep you posted.
Millions are under a state of emergency in the central United States after a deadly storm triggered massive flooding. The storm system began over the weekend where at least 17 people were killed and dozens more hurt. Now state officials have shut down dozens of roads and bridges that were threatened by that flooding. Volunteers, including Governor Eric Greitens, have been scrambling to prepare for the rising water.
When we were warned that this weather was coming, we proactively went out, declared a state of emergency, which allowed us to position swift water rescue teams around the state. Those teams have conducted hundreds of operations, literally saved hundreds of lives.
Currents were so powerful along the Merrimack River near St. Louis. This entire steel bridge there you can see was swept away by the water. Now, the Merrimack River is predicted to break or nearly reach record crests later this week. More rain is expected in that area tomorrow, increasing the possibility of flash flooding.
The University of Texas at Austin is coming to grips with the tragedy on campus. On Monday, a student went on a rampage with a hunting knife. One student was killed, 3 others wounded. The university's president spoke about that today.
Yesterday, one of our students was killed in a senseless act of violence on our campus. His name was Harrison Brown. Brown
was a freshman working towards a career in music. University's police chief says the suspect in Monday's attack suffers from mental health issues. It does not appear the incident was part of a larger plan.
Executives from some of America's leading airlines are on Capitol Hill today to testify before the House Transportation Committee on Airline Passenger Rights. United CEO Oscar Munoz apologized to lawmakers for last month's incident that went viral where a passenger was forcibly removed from an overbooked flight in Chicago. Munoz called what happened a horrible failure, saying the incident must be a turning point for the company.
We had a horrible failure 3 weeks ago. It is not who we are. It is not this company. And then, frankly, it's not this industry.
Executives from American, Southwest, and Alaska Airlines also testified at today's hearing.
New at noon, another high-profile drug kingpin is in custody in Mexico. Damaso Lopez Nunez is said to be one of the successors to infamous drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Nunez was nabbed Tuesday morning in Mexico City. A source says information provided by the United States led to the arrest. Nunez could see the inside of a U.S. jail. He was indicted in Virginia in 2011. He's expected to face charges of cocaine distribution and money laundering. The U.S. plans to formally ask that he be extradited.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, do you like pickle juice?
Yes.
Or do you like soda?
I like both of them.
You like both?
Yeah.
Well, then this story is going to be for you. Stick with us. We'll
exciting.
be more with this after that.
Don't forget, if you have a picture, a story idea, maybe you just want to say hi, go to burst.com/Bakersfield now. See it, send it, and we'll show it.
Welcome back. Well, race fans are getting ready for this weekend's Kentucky Derby.
And there's a favorite on the leaderboard, and that favorite is Patch.
Ooh.
And Patch is unique because he's a one-eyed colt. And Patch's trainer says he had his left eye removed last June because of an inflammation. So since the surgery, Patch has raced a few times, finishing as the runner-up in last month's Louisiana Derby. And Patch's trainer says he did great. Patch is the son of Belmont Stakes winner Union Rags, even has his own Twitter handle at Patch Horse. And I believe the Kentucky Derby is on Saturday.
Yep, it's
so
Saturday.
So maybe Patch won't be the favorite by the time of the post. But right now, there is a one-eyed horse that is the favorite for the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it looks like Patch the horse on Twitter already has 712 followers. So he has some fans, but I always think it's interesting with these races. I feel like it's never the horse that you expect to win is the one that always comes out from behind.
Well, that's my rule is if I'm wagering on the Kentucky Derby, I never wager on the favorite. I think that's a cop-out. That's an easy move. So sorry, Patch. I know you're a great story and you only got one eye, but if you're the favorite, I'm not putting my spendings on you.
Yeah, you always got to root for the underdog or the under horse in this situation. Well, the Fire Festival fallout is continuing.
The event has been promoted as a posh Bahamas getaway featuring several big-name musical acts. It was canceled on Friday, but not before many ticket holders had arrived. And one of them has now filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against organizers Ja Rule and Billy McFarland. The suit called Fire a, quote, get-rich-quick scam that put attendees in danger.
And Ja Rule, one of the organizers, has already come out saying he did not have any responsibility in the fallout of this festival, but the way that it was advertised to be certainly wasn't the way that it turned out. So many of those festival goers, especially the ones that had already arrived, were very upset about it.
I do not think that person will be collecting $100 million.
It will be interesting
that is my prediction
to see what happens. Well, hey, this is what we were talking about before the break. Would you drink soda made from pickle juice? Would you do it?
Yes.
I wouldn't do it.
I would.
Well, I don't like pickle juice either.
I wouldn't be particularly optimistic about it, but I would.
Well, hey, one candy shop agrees with you and thinks that other people will as well. Grandpa Joe's Candy Shop, which has locations in Pennsylvania and Ohio, says it will begin selling bottled pickle juice soda that's made with pure cane sugar. It comes in 12-ounce glass bottles, and it's going to run you a pretty penny. $2.50 per bottle at the store, and nearly $10 a bottle if you purchase it online. Now, the shop sells hundreds of specialty sodas, including drinks that taste like buffalo sauce and ranch dressing, so they're adding this one to the list.
Too expensive.
Too expensive for you, but you would be willing to try it.
I would try it, but if it's $10 a bottle online, it can't be that good.
You know, I'm not a big fan of pickle juice, but I know many people are.
Listen up, fast food lovers. McDonald's is now making it easier for you to pick up any sandwich toppings that fall out while you're eating. They've invented the fork?
Yeah, fry fork.
The fork, okay. It's a hybrid of tongs and a fork that can pick up a mess without getting your fingers dirty. Forks will be available on Friday at participating McDonald's.
Whew, that looks dangerous.
I'm very confused by that.
If you can say it, I think you can have it. But saying fork is pretty difficult.
But how does it pick it up?
What do you mean?
How does it pick up the food?
It picks up very carefully. Okay, we're going to take a break. We have a final look at the forecast. After this, stick with us.